Hey everybody, welcome to another Tuesday night here at Northwoods TCG. Of course, we're getting ready to go to Collect-A-Con here in North Carolina. We're heading out. Going to stop at my grandma's on the way through. A little bit of a trip with the family. Going to be fun. So we're going to be heading out. We'll be heading out tomorrow morning, heading down towards North Carolina. So hopefully everybody has a fantastic week planned out for the rest of you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a fun week so far. Last but not least, tonight we're going to be talking about trainer gallery cards. That's right. I know a lot of people have been watching these, seeing how they've been performing. And overall, I think that there's some really good opportunities in those particular markets. But I do think that something's corrected. As we were talking about when they were going sky high, there was definitely going to be opportunities for these to correct, go the other way, and definitely see a correction on them. When you see those sky high straight up jumps, like we were seeing, that's definitely a possibility. So we're going to take a moment here. We're going to let the YouTube gods continue to work. Hopefully we can get some people in here because it's just getting started. If you are in here, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys also let me know in the chat that you're here. Once again, I'm just trying to make sure some people are here because it says 0. But that's kind of a little bit odd, even though another thing here says 2 or 3. So I don't know where it's at. I don't know if YouTube's just being weird or what's going on. But let me know in the chat that you're here. Also, make sure you hit that like button as you guys are coming in. Tonight, we're going to be talking a little bit of the rise and fall of trainer gallery cards and what are we seeing currently when it comes down to them. Also, I believe that PK is going live currently right now, too. He jumped on live talking about CT scans. I do have a video coming out on Friday with that as well. Next Tuesday, there will be a video on here as well. So I do have a couple videos lined up while I am gone and on the road. Hopefully, I can see some of you guys at Collect-A-Con. Going to be fun with that as well. Overall, hopefully, it'll be a lot of fun. Going to be a fun little road trip. Going to have some time with the family, too, getting it into a vacation. So we're going to take a week off of work, week and a half off of work. So, a little bit of fun, a little bit of relaxation for sure to just step away and have some fun. So, alright, well, I'm going to get going anyways. And as you guys come in, make sure you guys hit that like button, number 1. And number 2, make sure you guys let me know you're here in the chat. Greatly appreciated. So, today we're going to be talking, as I said at the beginning here, the rise and fall of trainer gallery cards. It was something that we had discussed early on. Something that we had looked at was how well trainer galleries cards were starting to perform, especially specific cards such as the Blaziken V. Looking at the Umbreon V and VMAX, there was a lot of specific cards to the sets that were doing extremely well in the trainer gallery that was available. But the other thing is that we were watching, and as we discussed while they were doing so, is that yes, there was an opportunity to jump in possibly and let that spike continue to go up. If you could get them soon enough and you could turn them, you could still do fairly well. If you'd already had them, such as that Umbreon V, and those kind of cards, you definitely had an opportunity to sell out if you did have quite a few of them or bulked a couple of them up thinking that they would do well. So there was that opportunity as well on those particular cards. But as we saw, it shot straight up. And once again, when we see markets, and I've said this once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times, I don't like graphs in a market that just go straight up. Straight up graphs in a market is just not a good thing overall. You usually want to see nice stair-step jumps. That looks like organic growth. That looks like growth is actually occurring in a good way. Like you're seeing those nice little jumps. It goes up and then the market kind of corrects. You see it get a little saturated and then it gets eaten up, and then it sees another price jump, and then it gets eaten, drops a little bit, it gets eaten up, and you kind of see this stair step effect or this teeth, little spike teeth going up. But it's a slow and steady gain. If you were to draw a straight line through it, you see a nice consistent gain on those particular parts of the market, which are fantastic. That really looks good when it comes down to the growth of these particular items. What we saw in the trainer gallery cards was not that, and that was one of the concerns when we had discussed them earlier about a month and a half ago on the live, is that straight up spikes, straight up markets like that are just not inducive to holding very well. They typically have a correction, whether it's a big correction or a little correction is yet to be seen. Some cards will have a smaller correction and not pull down as far. Some of them will have a huge correction and come down a lot. And it's really just up to overall how long those are going to hold, if they're going to happen, and typically they do. And that's exactly what we're seeing with trainer gallery cards. So right now we saw the rise, we saw the fall, and now are we going to see the rise again? Are we going to see trainer galleries come back out and start driving forward? Are we going to see them start gaining momentum and going back up again? I truly do feel yes. I think that there are a lot of trainer gallery cards that are very, very good, some very strong contenders, and some really good opportunities potentially in the future with these Trainer Gallery cards. This may just have been foreshadowing for what we could potentially see in this market, but I also do think that a lot of people are, once again, waiting for the market to go up, and then they super saturate that market. They dump a lot of cards into that market, and they really, really saturate it very quickly, and when that occurs, we see this gigantic price drop, and that's what happens when you see those huge straight up markets. Then everybody dumps their stock. That stock continues to drive the price down because it's oversaturated, and then we see it drop. Now, as that gets chewed up again, as more collectors get these cards, as more of them maybe go into the grading space, and it's not just as the raw space, we may see the value of trainer galleries come back again. So it's a good opportunity potentially to play them a little bit by ear, continue to watch them. I think that overall they will continue to kind of move down a little bit more, or they'll flatline right now for a little bit. But I do think that futuristically they will be a good selling point. They are a cool little addition to the Sword and Shield era for the last 4 sets with Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Lost Origin, and of course Silver Tempest. So they do have some really good potential. But it's a really interesting concept to watch them, how they've performed, what has occurred, that the super saturation point has happened. We saw that straight up market, we saw that correction, and let this be a tale for a lot of the different cards in the Pokemon TCG. If you think that you're going to, jump in on a straight line up and have potential, just remember that at some point when you see a straight line up, and I've talked about it on videos, and I've talked about it on lives, if I don't see stair-stepping, it's a very concerning market in my opinion. Usually I like to see that stair-stepping effect. I like to see organic growth, I call it, versus just potentially hype and FOMO growth, and that's a huge factor as well, as hype and FOMO in this hobby, and how much that can really affect the overall performance of these particular products, and also raw cards. It's the same thing with products. We see some products continue to do extremely well, shoot straight up in price, and then we see correction. We've seen Evolving Skies do it a couple times, do really, really good peaks, drive straight up, they hit a plateau, it corrects a little bit, and then it sits in flat lines for a little bit, and then eventually it'll go again, and it'll continue to do that cycle. So overall, really good things in the market, really good opportunities currently out there. I still think trainer galleries are still, some of them are very underrated. Some of them are probably now right where they should be for the current market and the amount out there and for the demand of them. I think that there's some really good potential futuristically on them. It's just going to take time at this point in time. And once again, we'll see a rise out of them again. Getting in on them at a lower price, doing some wheeling and dealing and trying to get a hold of them is definitely going to be a benefit, or going to be a good thing to put away for the long term. I know I've been collecting a few of them. I mean, I got 2 of them sitting right here. I got the Blaziken, or this is the Mimikyu one, and then I've got the Blaziken one as well. $3 is not what I got for it. This is actually pulled by my wife, but we've been collecting trainer gallery cards, those VMAXs, especially of the fan favorite Pokemon. Blaziken, Mimikyu, 2 perfect examples of that. And there's perfect opportunities, I think, overall for those to do well futuristically. But once again, great opportunities. Trainer galleries, definitely still something I think has some really good value, especially the black bordered ones for sure. I think are going to give you the best bang for your buck. These V's, the VMAXs, those kind of cards. So the full art, VMAXs, I think will do really well. The black bordered V's, so like the Blaziken, the Umbreon, the Starmie, all of those I think will do very well futuristically as well. It's just going to take a little bit more time on them. I think that there's some good opportunity with collectors to really enjoy them. But once again, saw a little bit of a rise, saw some opportunity, saw them kind of gain some traction. We thought that they were going to finally take off and see some really good growth. But a lot of them have almost tumbled right back down into almost to where they were when they had that little bit of a boost. So they've kind of retracted back down, and they've kind of gone and flatlined right at that location. So we'll see. It'd be interesting to see how long they take to get traction. I do think that they will. It's just going to be a matter of waiting for it and actually having it happen. But overall, that's where we're at right now on that. Other things to be looking for in the hobby right now. On Friday, we're going to be talking about CT scanners. There's a lot of, now I see PK's doing a debate. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I just saw his live. I'll probably catch up on his live tomorrow for PK, see what his hot take was on this. And I've got probably a little bit of a hot take when it comes down to it on Friday as well. Not exactly 100% in with all the people that are worrisome and causing a lot of fear in the hobby with it. I don't think that that fear is personally justified as much as what it's being presented out there. That's just my current opinion. But, you know, other people are going to have the exact opposite, that there's going to be that concern that it's going to be done on every pack. It's going to be all loose packs. And I like how so many people I've heard say, well, there goes the opportunity for buying loose packs. Well, if they're doing loose packs, they're doing booster boxes. They're doing ETBs. They're doing everything. So you're really not going to get away from it on anything if they're gone to that point. The question is that what sets are they really going to be doing it at? And is there enough value in CT scanning them to get out of these boxes? Is there enough EV in these particular boxes to actually CT scan all these and actually bring them out? That's going to be the real question overall. So we'll be talking a little bit more on that on Friday. I'll explain the equipment a little bit too. So, you know, there's some where I work in machining and where I've worked in machining in the past. We've actually seen and use these particular pieces of equipment. CT scanners have been used for a long time. As a machinist in aerospace industry, when I was doing fifth axis machining and doing aerospace parts, we had to CT scan them before we shipped them to Ball Industries because they couldn't have any inclusions. They couldn't have any cracks. They couldn't have any of these particular things. And it's really, really interesting to see that this technology is being brought forward, but once again, the price point is where I'm still stuck on. So that'll be discussed more on Friday. I'm going to leave that for Friday's video. So hi, FOMO. Hopefully you're having a good week so far. We're last live here before we hit the road tomorrow morning heading to North Carolina. So we're driving down North Carolina. We're going to stop in Tennessee. We're going to visit my grandma for a couple days, hit North Carolina, and then we're going to be going north to my sister in Virginia. So we're doing a little bit of a drive around. Kids' first big road trips now that they're old enough. So it's going to be a little bit fun to check out different places. And then, of course, hit Charlotte, North Carolina. Have some fun. Go ahead, relax. Join you guys there down at the Collecticon. And have some fun. Get to meet some people. It's going to be kind of nice. First time since COVID that I've been to like a Collecticon or something big. So it's going to be really, really fun. Have a great trip, bud. I'm heading back to El Paso on Saturday. Oh, you're going to be back stateside. Welcome back to the United States. So, glad to have you back in the States, my friend. iPhone, are you going to make it up to Chicago? I was going to ask you that. I know you're studying right now abroad, but I didn't know if you were going to be able to make Chicago or not. But yeah, once again, CT scanning I think is a little bit getting blown out of proportion where it is currently. Now, if I was in sports cards, I'd be a little bit more concerned. That would be where sports cards to me it's more concerning at. And my buddy who's in sports cards is more fearful of the CT scanning, especially as some of these people with the older vintage packs, because he's been trying to gather up some very heavy vintage packs that are, you know, you're talking huge dollar numbers for these particular packs. And the reason that those packs are expensive is because there's a chance that that Mickey Mantle card, or there's a chance that that Michael Jordan rookie card, there's a chance. And nobody wants to rip these packs open, because if you rip the pack open, of course, and it doesn't have that rookie card, doesn't have the Mickey Mantle, doesn't have the Michael Jordan, doesn't have a whole list of other cards inside of it that they're looking for that would be considered the hits, then the packs become worthless. And now you found a way to circumvent that. So instead of ripping open a, you know, potentially a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 pack of baseball cards to search for that Mickey Mantle rookie, they're just going to CT scan that for $70 and CT scan that and know that there's no Mickey Mantle in there. And either A, they can sit on it and keep it as the pack that it is, knowing that they're not having to take the risk to get the Mickey Mantle card, or B, they're going to sell the pack or maybe trade it for another pack and continually do that, or use that to maybe fund for another pack that could potentially have that Mickey Mantle card and not say that they scanned it. So yeah, some people in sports cards that I've talked to are more concerned about this and really should be comparatively to the Pokemon TCG. That's just my opinion, and like I said, I'll break it down more I'll break it down more on Friday. I talked to my friend and got some kind of information on CT scanners too that I will share in that video as well. I was talking to him because he actually is an inspection guy at the machining company that I used to work with. So he actually ran it and he actually understands all the CT technology. They actually use we use the exact same machine that they were using in the video for industrial. The same machine industrial used and showed in their video they were using is the exact same machines that we used for our inspection in actual manufacturing. So they were using the exact same. I'm guaranteeing that that's exactly what they do. They probably inspect aerospace or they inspect specific parts or either medical too, all of which sometimes have CT scans necessary in order to pass inspection and get them out because of the fact of how stringent and how important they are, especially for fatigue and fractures on aerospace parts, for potential inclusions, potential for bacteria and things like that, and medical, both of which are very highly looked at when it comes down to the CT scanning side of things. And like he said, there's a difference in machines, and the machines make a big difference for what they're capable of doing. Is a $1,500 machine that you put $5,000 of parts into it for $7,500 to $8,000 total going to be giving you the images that everybody's fearing? Is probably not as likely as, let's say, that Nikon machine. And he said the Nikon machine that he has that they're currently using is $1 million machine. So is $1 million CT machine, that Nikon machine, going to have the capability to break that down that far? Yes, and it's designed to do that. He said the slicing on it is extremely tight, and you could split a card 4 or 5 times, even 10 times if you went down and ran the time. You can't do that with all CT machines. Not all CT machines have that capability, and it's a very specific machine. Yes, you could get lucky, don't get me wrong. You could run scans over and over and over again and keep manipulating and moving it and continually see if you can find something. But he said it would be more of a crapshoot than it would be an actual one. So, once again, more breakdown on Friday. I'm going to stop, otherwise I'm going to completely ruin my video for Friday. So, which, if you're on the live, that's fine. Probably not as many people will see it as the video. But, yeah, definitely something that we're going to be talking about on Friday. That's going to be in the video on Friday. And then, what was that Monday? Monday. Oh, ethics question. So, Monday we're going to be talking about some Pokemon ethics. And it's going to be kind of interesting. I want to hear you guys' opinions. So, anybody who watches this live, make sure you stay tuned for next Tuesday. So, in replacement of my live, I'm going to be doing a video. Be sure that you check that out, too. And I'm kind of curious what your guys' thoughts are on the ethics of this item in the Pokemon TCG. A little bit more fun, a little bit more fun video to just kind of have the discussion, because this did occur and it was a really interesting occurrence and discussion that we had at a card show here about 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago we were at a card show over here in Minnesota, and a really interesting conversation came up because it was one of the ones where I didn't have my kids, and my wife and my friend and his wife were at the card show, and it got to be kind of an interesting conversation. It was about a 2-hour conversation on ethics. So once again, it might be just the fact that people aren't in the hobby and don't understand why we do what we do. But that video will be another one. It'll be fun to break down, and I'd love to hear your opinion on that, comments of that video as well. But yeah, trainer gallery cards, to me, really good buys still, especially the black bordered popular Pokemon like Blaziken, Mimikyu. That Mimikyu V from Brilliant Stars, I think, is a really, really fun, cool card. The Mimikyu V Max, Blaziken V. I'm really targeting those fan favorite ones that people really do enjoy. The pricing is down. We saw the rise, the price go really high. We saw the price now, like I said, that graph going straight up always scares me. There's always that chance and that really good opportunity for a correction, and we did see it on trainer gallery cards. Does that mean that they're worthless now and you shouldn't buy them? Absolutely not. I think that there's some really good value in trainer gallery cards. I just think that it's going to take more time for them to mature a little bit and have a little bit more interest. So, once again, really, really cool features that we've seen going on in the Pokemon TCG. Market's a little bit more difficult. Summertime, once again, market's always summertime, always fun. Get ready for the fall. Of course, now is the time that if you are in Pokemon sales, or if you are on the investing side and you're looking for them short-term holds, now is the time to really be bulking up on those products. If you have the money, the capital in place, start bulking up. Really start to build up that nest egg, because the after Halloween, when we get to When we get past Halloween, get into the Black Friday section, getting closer to Christmas, that's when people's pocketbooks start to open, and we could really see some good opportunities for some growth in those funds as well. So really good opportunities coming here in the near future as we're coming in the fall already. Hard to believe that we're already getting well into summer, getting even closer and closer to that fall mark. It's kind of crazy to think that this year is flying by already this fast, and we're already should be seeing. I'm thinking we should, and I'm not going to 100% say it because right now, booster boxes, like Mason was saying in the last live, have just been really weird. But we just don't hear anything about it. But once again, it's going to be really interesting to see what reprints are coming. I'm sure we're going to hear reprints, what kind of specialty items are coming. That's another thing that it should be looking at as well. We do have that Charizard EX Premium Collection box coming. It's a little bit different. It's not like the UPCs from what I could see. It's actually a little bit different. So do I think it's going to be as popular as the UPCs? I don't know, and I don't think so personally. I think that they're going to be a little bit played down comparatively on those. But I do have those up and running right now. Tonight, if you... we got to go look and see. I was putting it on the 21st because I think I got to get my order in, but I think the order had to have been in by now. Let me see real quick. Because I put my order for them in just so that I could get a couple of them. Oh, just check and see here real quick. Nope, not that one. But yeah, but once again, we do have the opportunity for, or had the opportunity for these Charizard UP. What do they call them? So, Charizard EX Super Premium Collection. So, it almost looks like a cube. It almost looks like you go back to the what do I want to call it? The Hidden Fates style of them. So they kind of changed them up. They went back to like the Hidden Fates, the square box style of them. So a little bit different there. So, but yeah, if you do, it looks like I can order them till tomorrow. So if anybody's interested in them, hit the Discord real quick. You know, if you'd like, message me in Discord and let me know that you want them. I can get that taken care of, and we can get these added to my order for sure. I'm going to place my order here tomorrow morning because it has to be in by the 31st. So 31st by noon, I have to have the pre-order in. So just a heads up. Anybody's looking at those, I got pre-order pricing. They're $55. Otherwise, I believe they're $40 or $69.99 is what they're going to be selling at. So you get a little bit of a discount on that as well. But kind of a quiet night. I'm sure PK is probably still running, whereas that's where a lot of people are sitting right now, which I understand. I was just gonna go live because I did want to sit here and talk. Yeah, he's still going live. So I also see there's a couple other lives going right now that I'm sure are kind of pulling those people away, which is all right. Because I got a lot of packing to get done today anyways. iFOMO, do you have any questions while I'm sitting around here hanging? And yeah, if you do come to Chicago, be sure you let me know. I'd love to meet you in person for sure. I was almost going to go to Texas, but I had to back out. My wife is going down to Texas for a meeting. She's actually going to be there in September, but I'm not going to be able to get out of here and do that. I'm going to end up watching the kids here at home, but we're not going to be going together on that one. Yes, it is still hot up here. It was 88 degrees and 90% humidity. So she was cooking for us. For Texas, probably just another normal day, but for us, that's getting up there. That's warm. I'm just excited to get back. Business as usual again. That's always good. Hey, Civic. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, we're just kind of chilling right now. I know other people in the other lives are going on right now, so we've just been kind of chilling, talking about trainer galleries, talking about North Carolina. We got that. We'll be heading out tomorrow for that. Kind of touched on CTs scanning, and of course we got some videos coming up on the CT scanning, and also for the ethics. I got some ethics stuff coming up as well. So yeah, got some fun things going on right now. Going to be traveling out. It'd be fun to be taking off here and heading south for North Carolina here tomorrow morning. Just ordered my first scanned pack. The problem is, I said, I'm going to go over the video. Like I said, I'm going to kill the video if I keep sitting here talking to people. I just keep wanting to talk about it. But, the thing is that for Pokemon, I'm personally not too concerned about it. I'm just being 100% honest. I am not concerned about it in Pokemon. Number one, I'm not really chasing first edition packs. In the future, if I'm chasing first edition packs, I may change my mind. But realistically, even first edition packs, the first edition Charizard is just, even you look at the first edition Charizard. Okay, so hypothetically, no, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop or I'm going to just completely break down my video. It is. I mean, eventually it'll just be like Wade packs. The problem is the cost. $70 per pack is just not a reasonable cost. Even for, let's just even say, a non-first edition pack. You look at Jungle Fossil, base set, all of those. Spending $70 to do that is just not a realistic number. I mean, it just, you think about that. So even if you grab a booster box of, unlimited print, base set packs, and you pull out and weigh them, and you get all the weighed packs, and then you scan all them weighed packs, you're still potentially talking 13 packs that are heavy. 13 packs times 60, what is it, 60 bucks. So if you take 13 packs and times that by $60, I'm going to do it real quick just so I give you the right number. So you're looking at $780 to scan those 13 packs. And the last time I looked, a unlimited print base set Charizard, I believe, raw is like $600. Quote, you can tell me if I'm wrong, because I do know a first edition one is what, $17, almost $2,000. Yeah, $1,775 to $2,000 were the last two sales for a first edition Charizard on eBay. So once again, you just don't. By the time you weigh the packs and pay the weight of the packs, you're already upside down, and you're really hoping for. I found out what's going on with the camera. It's got to have a short in it. It's got to have, it doesn't pan out. Unless you can get that first edition Charizard, you're going to get it for 50% off if it's the first edition, but there again, by the time you grade it, then you're hoping for the 10. So by the time you pull it out, pay the money, scan it, you're already halfway down on that. And if it gets a 9, you're already upside down. I mean, by the time you figure buying the packs and everything. So I don't know. I can't pencil it out where you're not just going to scan. The only time you're going to scan one pack is literally if you are the luckiest person on Earth. And somebody was doing with Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is another, imagine they're going to scan, I think it was Opacibut. They're going to scan Evolving Skies and they're going to find this. Or Rattle, one of the two, we're going off on it. And they're just going to pull Umbreons all day. But Umbreons are only one per every 2 cases. And I don't even think that's even right. It's probably 1 per 3. So you're going to go and scan 3 cases of Evolving Skies booster boxes in order to find one Umbreon. How much is that going to cost to find a $1,000 Umbreon? You're going to be $4,000 in the scan to find a $1,000 Umbreon, and by the time you grade it, even the grading isn't going to make up the pricing on that, unless you're just lucky and you catch it on the first booster box. That's the only way you're making money. So right now, it's just too expensive. Now, futuristically, if it drops in price, yes, it could definitely go the other way very, very quickly. It won't work unless you're the luckiest man on Earth and you take one booster box of Evolving Skies and throw it in the scanner and hit it. Okay, that could happen, but that's like saying if I would have, let's just say I went and picked a case out randomly and opened it. I mean, and hit the Moonbrand. I still paid for the booster box by opening that box. So if you scan 2, I'm gonna guess they're gonna probably charge $500-600 to scan a booster box just by the fact that. You figure there's 18 packs in a row. You're going to figure even if they give you a discount and cut it in half, you're looking at $600 based on their pricing if they cut that in half. So you get $600 to scan a booster box. So basically you're eating the price of the booster box, eating the scanning on it. So you're already $1,200 upside down with the booster box and the scan. A $1,000 Moonbrand becomes moot point at that point. There's no point to it. You just lost all your income. So I break it down. We'll go over it on Friday's video. Once again, it's just, I think people are just so easily caught up in these scams and in the worries and in the concerns that everything's going on, that they find all of these things that are happening and they just latch onto them, and it becomes this big tumble effect. Like, what if? Take a step back and really think about it a little bit, and you'll really clear your head sometimes on why $70, even $60 scanning a modern pack for $60 just it doesn't equate. The only way it equates is if you hit the Moonbryon in one pack. If you could do it with one pack and hit it, you're good. And that's what it is too. I think you're absolutely right there, iFOMO, on that. I think that people are just bored. You know, they're looking for things, and that's why I'm seeing more and more scam videos. The investment side's a little slow. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be the one to sit there and sugarcoat it. Realistically, right now, investing side is slow. The number one reason that it's slow is because of the fact that the markets are just kind of stagnating a little bit. I think that people are running out of money. It's summertime, number two, so people are outside. They're spending money on fishing, boating, camping, going on family trips, going to collecticons. They're doing these things, and they're getting away from it. So investing is really difficult comparatively to, let's just say, looking at scams. So right now, people are more likely to go to collecticons because there's a lot of them going on right now. And those collecticons are what we're seeing right now is continually people are continually going out to collecticons now, so we're getting the scam part. People are stealing, people are doing those kind of things, there's more cameras involved, plus people blow it up, and the problem is that I'm seeing a lot of people, though, in the hobby that's kind of concerning me a little bit is that there's a lot of these channels now that are talking about the scamming, CT scanning, you got SM Pratt, you got all these channels talking about scanning, and how this is an end of the Pokemon TCG as we know it. You've got all these people scamming, stealing stuff, and you got like Opossum Bun, Rattle, all these people talking about scammers. And the problem is that all these people see that, and I'm seeing a lot of people going, why do I want to be in this hobby? I've seen it in their comments. A lot of people say it in their comments for like Rattles and Opossum Bud's videos. Why do I want to be in this hobby with all this scamming going on? With people just stealing and all this stuff occurring? Why do I want to be in this hobby? That's the problem is that we start creating this detrimental side to things where people start seeing all the bad stuff now because investing's dead. It's slower. I get it. It's summertime. There's a lot of things going on. The macro economy is a little bit slower, so people are trying to latch on to things to give them something to do, and it's actually going to become very detrimental overall, potentially, in the Pokemon hobby because people now are getting views on the scam videos because that's the big thing that people are latching on. Those are the things that when you type in Pokemon into the YouTube algorithm right now, those are the first things that come up. And new people in the hobby are going, wow, all this stuff is occurring. All of these scam videos are happening. All this stuff is occurring. Why do I want to be here? And we're going to lose people. And that's not a good thing. That's not something that we want. And it's definitely not something that we should be striving for. I think that we need to find, again, a balance on YouTube. Where, when Opossum Bub was doing things and investing was doing well, people are having good luck on grading and there was no real problems, it seemed like the channel's always balanced out where you got a taste of both. And when you got a taste of both, everything really worked out well. But, once again, it works out and then everybody kind of gets balanced and everybody just goes, okay, there's some good, there's some bad. You kind of always got that little middle ground when it comes down to it. And it doesn't hurt as much. But when you only get people talking about scams and nobody really talking about the good things, then it really starts to hurt. There's scams everywhere when there's money and that can be made. Exactly. And let's be honest, there's scams. Your grandma can get scammed. I mean, people sit there and act like scamming is a new thing. And that's where it always blows my mind is like, when people sit there and go, oh my God, scamming is just so bad in this particular hobby. Scamming is everywhere. I don't care where you look out there right now. Scamming is everywhere. If there is money to be made, there is someone scamming in that space. It does not matter. There is someone trying to scam old ladies as a prince in Dubai that doesn't have a relative or you're their long lost relative. Come on. It doesn't matter what you do. The scams are there. The scams are what they are, and you just have to learn to mitigate them. Be smart. Start doing a little bit of research on people. It doesn't take much to go to a eBay account and see a brand new person that's selling really expensive cards with no reviews. Okay, come on. Or you go and you buy right now, like I saw on eBay, and I've seen them on a couple places now on TikTok too. Ooh, Evolving Skies booster boxes for $69.99. Really? Come on. A little common sense is going to tell you that that is not a thing unless you are just that lucky. So you're either A, playing the I'm the most luckiest guy on earth for $70. I'm going to get a booster box, a sealed booster box of Evolving Skies. Or B, I'm running into a scammer and I'm about to get scammed. I mean, that's really where you are looking at. I also speculate that the lull will continue because the hype sets will drag the market's full attention. It's going to be a busy rest of the year. Yeah, there's scammers. Exactly. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So if you sit there and use that, and I almost want to say you're going to freeze yourself up continually doing this. You will give yourself paralysis in this hobby, and you will knock your own self right out of it if you sit there and take all of the scamming and everything. Learn to mitigate it. Mitigating the scamming is going to be easier than trying to avoid the scamming. I shouldn't say not avoid the scamming. Mitigating it is going to be a lot easier than just jumping out of the hobby. There's really your two options. Get completely out, or learn to mitigate scamming. Learn to understand what's real and what's not. Learn what cards are real and what's not. Learn to know when something is too good to be true, because if everything in your head is telling you this ain't real, this is too good to be true, this isn't really going to happen, or this shouldn't be happening, it's not happening. That's just the facts you need to look at. And if you can start to do that and really work through that and really understand those things, it's pretty easy to mitigate scams. Let's just be 100% honest. I've been scammed more on buy than any time in the English market, just because I'm always skeptical. I'm a very skeptical person in the market, and when something is too good to be true, it is going to be too good to be true. If you're telling me right now that I can buy an Evolving Skies booster box for $69.99 on TikTok, I'm going to go BS. You ain't going to find it. You're going to take my money, and I'm going to get a shoebox, an empty shoebox when I order this thing. I am not getting what you're telling me. There is not a chance. Same thing on eBay. I see someone with no reviews selling Evolutions right now for $100 or $130 for a booster box of Evolutions. I know I'm getting a Chinese knockoff. I hate to tell you this. This is not going to be a real booster box of Evolutions. It just ain't going to happen. You're not going to get an $800 booster box for, $150. It's not going to happen. If you think it is, you're putting yourself into your own debt spiral. PSA 10s equal profit. Why is it so damn hard, scammers? I know, right? Just grade your cards, man. Stop scamming and grade your cards. But I FOMO. It's so much easier just to steal the cards than it is to grade them, because then you know you're getting 10s. Don't do that at home, kids. So yeah, realistically, I think that the hobby is what it is. It's not really changed much. As times get harder, people do stupid things. Don't get me wrong. No matter where you're at right now, shoplifting is up. Foreclosures are up. Car repos are up. When that kind of stuff starts to occur, thefts go up. We're going to hear more thefts, and it's just a cycle that we always have as the economy gets rougher, as people don't have enough money to pay for food. As they're losing their vehicles, they're going to start stealing stuff to be making money, or stealing stuff to make money to pay for things or get what they want. And that's exactly where this goes. It's a repeating cycle. This is the exact same thing in 2008. It was the same thing in previous years too. Every time the economy takes a little bit of a hit or a little bit of a struggle, it's continually going to be this issue. King Cabal, welcome into the stream. It's the end of the world. It's always the end of the world. It is always the end of the Pokemon. It's always the end of the Pokemon TCG. Let's just be 100% honest. If you listen to some of the people out there, everything is the end, but yet we heard this in 2021, and guess what? We're still here, bud. We're still chucking along. Ever since 2019, we're still making money in the Pokemon TCG. Right now, I 100% King Cabal, exactly what I've been saying in this live even. Right now is a buyer's market. Be bulking up right now. Coming into this fall, when we get closer to Black Friday, when we get closer to Christmas, that is going to be a time when we can really prosper, and you'll see that income start to increase again. People are looking for those Christmas gifts. People are looking for the Black Friday specials. If you can bulk up and be ready, people have money, and people will all of a sudden find money when it comes down to the end of the year. So overall, take the lull as it is. Stock up. I'm filling my shelves. I'm sure you've been watching my lives. My shelf is continually building up with product right now. I'm just continually just bringing things in. I just picked up those built-in battle boxes. I just picked up some Crown Zenith tins. I've been finding more of the, EV Power tins. They will spend. It's just a matter of time. Just be patient, and it'll come. I'm not too concerned. Just keep bulking up right now. And then Black Friday, all of the stuff will break free, and we're going to see it go up just like we always do every year. Not too concerned yet. It's just a reciprocating cycle, and we are in that cycle again. All right, guys. Well, I got an early morning tomorrow, so if you guys got any last questions, please hit me up real quick. I know I got through most of the chat. You guys are just kind of talking back and forth. Not really much questions in the chat tonight, but that's just fine. I got to get finished packed up because, like I said, we're leaving 7 a.m. tomorrow, hitting the old road, heading south. Hopefully be in Tennessee by Thursday morning. So we'll hit Tennessee Thursday morning, and we'll visit there for 2 days. And then Saturday morning, it's only a 3-hour trip from my grandma's down to Charlotte. So then we'll be there Saturday morning for the Collecticon kickoff. Oh, I'm not going to get any rest, Civic. let's not be funny now. It will be still packing and getting things ready, and I got to go through some stuff because I am going to bring some stuff with me. I got some people down there that have been asking for stuff that I do have. So we'll be packing up some things that I need to dig through. And then, like I said, we'll be heading south. And then if anybody's going to be at North Carolina, hopefully you can catch me there. I'll make sure I'll keep my booth location on Discord too. So if you do want to hang out, come meet with me, I'll make sure that I keep my location kind of up to date on the on Discord. So if you do follow Discord, then you will be able to track me a little bit on there as well. And hopefully we can catch some of you there. It'll be fun to meet with some of you, have some fun, relax, have some talks and some good conversations. I will be doing some POV videos. Yes, I will be doing those as well. I already got some requests for those, and I want to do some as well. So it'd be fun for me too, just for my record, myself to do that. It's always nice to do some point of view videos of walking around, seeing what's at Collecticon. Probably picking on Dan a little bit. I got to check, is Mason going there? I might have to go through and see how far Louisville is, or Louisville, Kentucky is out of my way. I don't think it's too far out. So Mason should be there. That's pretty close for him. So, all right, guys. Well, like I said, thank you everybody that's joined in tonight. I know it's been a little quiet. There's a couple lives going on because we got Nostalgianomic is live right now. PK's live right now, so I know a couple of people that would normally, people that watch them as well are probably on their lives currently. So, once again, that's all right. I'll take the advantage of having a little bit early of the night tonight so that I can get things done. Other than that, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you so much, iPhone, once again for being this mod. Civic, thank you so much for jumping in as well. King Cabal, thanks for dropping in here at the end. And I did see OG Weedle Farm. Thank you so much for joining in as well. Glad to see all you guys in the chat. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of the week as we are, of course, heading out. And we will see you next time. Later, guys. Later, Civic, thank you so much for joining. And once again, thank you guys, everybody, for joining. And as always, make sure you tune in on Friday. We'll be having a video on here talking about CT scanning. And then on Tuesday, I'm replacing my live with another video where we'll be talking about some ethics in the Pokemon TCG. So be sure you check out both of them videos, help them out. If you can, share them. Make sure you push them out for me. It'd be greatly appreciated for everybody. Other than that, thank you, everybody. Make sure, as iPhone put at the top, check out the merch, too, if you're interested in the shirts. We've got the nice Flareon shirt. It's always nice in the Northwoods shirt. Also our logo shirt. And then the Gengar Made Me Do It shirt. So make sure you guys check that out as well. Other than that, we'll see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.